Hello, friends. In this episode, we're staying close to Toto Santos, but traveling out into a semi-remote area to visit some new friends, Curtis and Christina. We visited with them a few months ago where they're building their dream home in the desert with Pacific Ocean views, but at the time they were living in a yurt. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so. We're trying to hit the 10,000 subscriber milestone and we need your help. Thank you. It's going to take us a few minutes to get out there, so strap on your seatbelt. Hold on. Curtis grew up in our area of Virginia Beach, and we hit it off pretty quickly. He and Christina have several YouTube channels, and I'll drop links to their channels in the description section.
Hi, mucho gusto.
Christina Jean and Renee.
Jean, nice
Christina.
Nice to meet you.
And Jenny.
And Jenny.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi, Jenny.
so when we got here, this was just desert. This lot hadn't been cleared at all, you know. This wasn't here. There was no fence here. There was no columns here. This was, and that was only 6 weeks ago. 6 weeks. 6 weeks. We've already got it fenced. Not the property line quite. You can see the fence there. And up to where these guys are almost. A little bit beyond where they are. So this whole area right here will be the house.
Yeah.
And he's like, what? And I'm like,
So I grew up in Yorktown.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's where we moved when I was 13.
All right, we are sitting in a tent, believe it or not. Well, actually, you just saw the tent, so we do believe it. We're sitting in a tent out somewhere north of Toto Santos. I don't even know where we are. We went so far down a dirt road, as you saw earlier in the video. I know that the ocean was to my left. I know the mountains were to my right. That if I kept going far enough, I would get back to California to my north, and to the south would be Cabo San Lucas. But we are now somewhere, and we're going to find out where in just a moment. But I am sitting out here with Curtis and Christina, and we're going to put a link, by the way. They've got a YouTube channel. We're going to put a link down in the description so you can check them out. But they're living in a tent, and they have a dream. And they're going to tell you about what they're going to be doing and what's happening in their life, how they got to where they are, and what the big plan is. Can't wait for you to see this. All right, first of all, guys, hey, thanks for, you reached out to us on our channel. Thanks for subscribing and watching our videos. Hey, what is your channel?
Sun Love Sailing.
Sun Love Sailing.
We have a couple.
Oh, okay.
We also have another one called Backyard Baja.
Okay.
And then I have a channel called Curtis Prince Music.
And I have a channel called Christina Dean Coach.
All right, and we're going to put links to every one of those channels down in the description section, so make sure you go over there and check them out. Where, and I asked in there, where in the heck are we? Waldo could not find us here. You know, where are we at?
We can tell you that we're in Las Playitas. Las Playitas, Mexico, north of Toto Santos.
How far north?
Let's say approximately, because it's secret spot.
It's
Okay,
a
so
secret
And
Secret
anybody
spot.
that surfs understands the term secret
Secret
spot.
spot.
So we're kind of in a secret spot. Let's say we're in the neighborhood of north of Toto Santos Centro.
Okay, so in other words, somewhere between Cabo San Lucas and Ensenada, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But
in
in Baja
between here and
California Sur.
Scorpion,
Randomly
Scorpion
drop the
Bay,
pin.
right.
All right. You guys, where are you from? Well, give me
Go ahead,
a quick story of where you're from originally.
Originally, I'm from Massachusetts,
Okay.
out in the burbs outside of Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was originally, and then where did you end up at? Or where'd you spend most of your life at?
I guess most of my life has been Virginia. So
Okay.
yeah, I went to college in Virginia at James Madison University,
Yay.
and then lived in Florida for a little bit with Curtis. Then cruised back to Virginia. We were on the coast in Virginia, back to the mountains, and we were there for 13 years, I think.
Yeah.
13 years in the mountains of Virginia, and then we pieced out and moved to Mexico.
Oh wow. Okay, your story, the quick version of it.
The quick version is I grew up in Virginia, Seaford, Virginia, a little seafaring community out in York County, Yorktown, Virginia. Went to Massachusetts, went to college up there, started woodworking, commercial fished up there, started woodworking up there, lived in Florida for a number of years as a woodworker.
We're in
and
Florida.
St. Augustine,
Woo!
as you guys
Oh
know.
my God,
Yeah.
St. Augustine, the shrimp capital of the
Yeah,
world.
yeah. I lived right across from Osteen's there.
Oh!
Yeah. And I had a cabinet shop there and was a carpenter there for 7 years. And anyway, long story short, after 13 years of going back to Virginia, we packed it up and moved to Mexico, Baja.
All right. Timeline. When did you first travel down to the Baja?
That would have been over my birthday. June 16th was my birthday, so that was June of 21.
21. Yes, June
June
of 21 was our
21 we
first
came
trip
down.
to Mexico.
3 weeks.
First
Okay.
trip to Baja.
How did you like it? Well, duh, you're here now, so I hated it, right?
Well, actually, I mean that's a good question.
Yeah, it is. We were confused by Mexico when we first got
Yeah.
here.
How
we-
so?
We had been so internet focused on Mexico, and we had done a lot of research, lots of YouTube videos, and we thought that we knew we wanted to be in La Paz, Mexico. And then when we actually landed here on the Baja, we did a tour of San Jose del Cabo, La Paz, and Toto Santos.
3 weeks.
3 weeks, yeah, like about a week for each one. And we didn't fall in love with La Paz as we had hoped that we would, and we ended up falling in love with Toto Santos, kind of. We were intrigued by Toto Santos, and we left a little confused because we thought we were going to be heart set on La Paz, and we went back home and did a little bit of thinking about it and feeling about it.
I think some of it was we weren't exactly sure how each one of us felt about it, or how we felt about it ourselves.
Yeah.
We kind of were very concerned with, could we live here? Could
Yeah.
we pull it off? It's a gritty place. It's not for the faint of heart, maybe we should say.
Yeah.
And so, we had to process a lot, and we were really looking for another place to live outside of Estados Unidos. And because of all the thinking while we were here, we maybe didn't quite enjoy
missed
it
it.
as much. Yeah, we kind of missed it.
We missed it.
And it wasn't until we got home and a couple weeks started to pass and things started to sink in
Yeah.
that we really went, wow, it was really cool down there.
Yeah.
And then we almost right away decided, all right, let's get our residency.
Mm-hmm.
Let's make all that stuff happen.
Yeah.
Get our resident visas and make all that happen now, because we thought we were going to want to move here, and we did all that. And then we ended up coming down for another visit to get our finalize our residency permits.
Yeah.
And we ended up buying this piece of land that we're on right now.
Yeah, we ended up falling in love with Toto Santos
Yeah,
and
we
the
fell in
Pacific
love.
side, so we just were happy that we landed here.
Not that we don't dig La Paz, man.
No, we
La
love it
Paz
now.
is awesome.
We get
love
it,
it.
I
Yeah,
think.
we get it. It's great. It's just 10 degrees hotter.
And it's a little more busy and loud than what we're looking for. We
Yeah.
wanted some more tranquility and peacefulness.
Yeah, if you notice, you don't hear anything here but the fan in the background because there's nothing out here in
There's
the
some
desert
flies
but
buzzing
magic. Yeah, and some flies.
Where is your boat docked?
So currently, our boat is on the Hard in Virginia, and it's stowed, packed, and ready to be put on a truck that's going to take it to Fort Lauderdale, and then it's going to be put on a ship and brought to La Paz. Yeah, and so that's that we were actually hoping that it was going to be on the ship right now that's coming to La Paz, but we weren't quite able to secure dockage here for it. Now we're having a brand new mooring put down out in La Paz Harbor or La Paz Bay, and the ship the next date for the ship is late October. Yeah.
Let me ask you, this is the question that is on everybody's mind in the USA that is watching this. Aren't you scared of being in Mexico?
You scared of what?
I was more afraid in the United States.
Way more fearful.
Way
Wait,
more.
what?
Yeah.
In the USA where it's safe and, yeah.
I'll put it to you this way, and I don't really want to get too into it or anything, but to have a gun in Mexico requires a lot of permitting. A lot of permitting. There's basically no guns down here unless you were a farmer or a rancher and had a gun. And even then, the highest caliber you can have is a .22. And so, of course, in America, anybody can get a gun very easily. I had guns. I grew up hunting. I left my guns up there. If you're in the cartel and you're dealing drugs, you should probably be scared. If you're a regular dude cruising the streets down here in Mexico, the only thing you have to worry about is maybe someone opportunistically breaking into your car. That's about the most unsafe you could be down here.
There's petty theft is a thing.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of that in the States too. We
Yeah.
were visiting friends in Austin, and one of the guys that we stayed with, his car literally got stolen from the parking lot in a gas station.
Yeah.
It's like that happened in Austin.
Yeah, in Austin, Texas.
So,
that
yeah.
stuff doesn't happen here. It's
Yeah.
so safe here. It's so unbelievably safe here.
Yeah, it's like when I was building in Suffolk, Virginia years ago. Over the course of about maybe 3 weeks, in one neighborhood that I was building in, I had all the drywall materials stolen off a job, had the
Wow.
appliances stolen out of a house, had a tractor, the implements and trailers stolen,
Yeah.
had the light fixtures taken off of the outside of a house, and so yeah.
Yeah.
Not to say theft like that won't happen here. Opportunistic theft is a thing here,
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm not
But
worried about
but
ruin.
violent crime,
Yeah.
not a thing here.
I'm not worried about violent crime happening. I'm not.
Not at all.
So how much, we've seen the land, we've seen the water from where you're at. How much land did you get here?
It's 0.84 acres.
0.84. So just 3/4 of an acre to an acre of land. What are you going to build?
We're gonna build a pretty nice home. It's a little over 1,000 square feet, and then including all the patio space, because we're gonna the big thing about being out here is being outdoors.
Being outside.
Yeah, being outside because the weather's awesome. Not that we want to tell everybody how awesome the weather is here, but the weather's really incredible. So there's a lot of outdoor space. So we have a 10-foot wide patio on two sides of the house. Half of that's covered, half of that's open, and we'll have an outdoor brick oven there and that kind of thing.
What? An outdoor brick oven?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
thing, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
More outside time. That's the
More
goal.
outside time, yeah.
And so you get a beautiful view of the ocean from here. And if you turn around, what do you see?
Mountains.
Yeah, the Sierra de la Lagunas, which are about 7,000 feet tall. They're about 15
Yeah.
kilometers just up the Arroyo.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's perfect because Curtis is ocean boy and I'm mountain girl, so it's the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
All right, now you building experience back in Virginia and all, and in Florida, but are you going to do any of the building yourself on this?
I am going to do some of the building here. The Mexicans, first of all, incredible workers. Secondly, really, really good at doing concrete. All forms of concrete, so not just like pouring concrete or doing block, but doing stucco and doing what's called polito, which is like kind of a like a Grecian plaster, Phoenician plaster. It's really smooth and a velvety. What's that?
Burnished, right?
Yeah, it's like a burnished stucco. It's really velvety. It's really beautiful, and it can be dyed a number of different, any color you want, basically. So the Mexicans will do all of that work, and then I'll do all the finished electrical, finished plumbing, and all the finished woodworking, as that's what I do.
Okay, and you hope to have this done by?
So
Well, how many
here we
mo-
are. We're right at the end of June, almost beginning of July, and we're breaking ground next week. And we'll probably be wrapping things up before this time next year, would be my guess.
Wow.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. The tent's getting. We haven't talked about the tent, but
Now, are you going to be living in this tent? We've seen it. It looks. I mean, this is glamping, as we
We're
said,
glamping.
for the
Yeah.
next year.
No.
no,
Thank goodness.
yeah, we're moving into a house in the neighborhood for hurricane season
Okay.
on Saturday.
You don't want to stay in the tent for hurricane season?
We hear it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Right?
There's been plenty of adventure.
Yeah, we've
Yeah.
had adventure.
You know, anybody that lives in any hurricane zone knows that you may or may not get a hurricane, and chances are likely that you won't. It's not really about getting a hurricane here. It's more about being really hot. It actually does get humid out here, from what everyone tells us, and we haven't really seen too much. Nothing like what happens in Virginia.
In Virginia.
And there's a lot of bugs, and the tent's really stuffy, so it'll be a lot more comfortable to be in a home.
So is this a forever home, or is this kind of a until you can get back into the USA and Virginia, or what? What is the long-term plan here?
The goal is to not go back to Virginia or the USA.
Oh, come on! We don't pay many taxes in Virginia.
Right? No.
Pay any here, and the healthcare is better.
Yeah.
Our long-term plan is looking ahead to finishing the home.
Yeah.
I'd say that's probably where really our mind is,
Yeah.
getting the home finished and maybe some landscaping and getting our systems really set up here, because we do gray water. It's not a lot of rain, no rain. So you do gray water systems to flush your toilets with, and then water your gardens with, and stuff like that. But we're actually thinking that maybe somewhere a couple years down the road, maybe Croatia, maybe Italy.
All right, moving there, or just traveling and keeping your home here and seasonally traveling, or
We
Don't know.
don't know.
We're open.
We're open. Yeah, we're open.
Yeah.
Possibly selling our house here, and we could sell our house here. And Croatia's really affordable. Italy's really affordable. We could probably sell our place here and go live over there and have a nice life there too. But it's pretty awesome here.
Right now, we love it here.
Right now, we love
I
it
know
here.
that it's kind of getting a little darker out here, and we've got to get rolling. But we do have a question for you, and this is just because this is kind of what we run into, what we hear. Family. Is family giving you grief about being in Mexico, in the old country, or are they like, that's really cool, or what's the deal there?
Yeah, I'll share
Okay.
my family. I was super nervous to tell my family. They're from New England, and we've never been to Mexico as a family, so I was very nervous to break the news that, by the way, we're selling everything and moving to Mexico. But I did break the news. We did it together, and I was shocked. My family was super supportive. I wouldn't say they were like, yes, greatest idea ever. But
They were pretty cool
they
about
were
it, though.
pretty cool. I mean,
Yeah.
they like to travel, and I know that they value adventure, and I think that they ultimately just wanted me to be happy.
And they like us going to have adventure.
Yeah,
They're supportive of us having adventure.
yeah. My mom keeps asking when her casita is going to be built, so I think overall they're
So
pretty
they're going to come
supportive.
visit.
They're going to come visit. I hope. Yeah.
Way cool.
Yeah.
I have an older sister or two older sisters, and you know they're older, and I don't think that they're interested in coming to visit, but they've been very supportive
Super
of
supportive.
us
Yeah, very
moving down
excited.
here. I think my family and probably your family too see a lot of the false media presentation of Mexico.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, when we started telling them about our trips down here and what we were actually finding out about
Yeah.
safety and the healthcare system and that kind of stuff, they listened to us instead of the media and realized that this place is actually pretty happening.
It's so magical.
And it's magical, yeah.
And we love it, and we're happy, and I think
Yeah.
that's the good part.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey guys, thank you so much for taking time to share with us some of your thoughts and your plans and your dreams and your story of where you've come from. We appreciate that, and hey, thanks for being a subscriber.
Of course.
And we were not aware of your other channels, and we're going to go there right now and subscribe to those other channels. They'll be down in the description section so that our subscribers can go check it out and subscribe as well.
Awesome.
Well,
Thank
thank
you.
you guys.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Gina
So
and
nice
Renee.
to meet
Really
you.
appreciate it. Yeah.
And
It's been
Ginny.
great hanging out, too.
Thank you.
Cool.
Friends, we're growing this channel and we need your help. If you haven't already done so, please hit the subscribe button. Also, like and share. Drop us a comment. We love to hear from you. And Jenny, our poodle, she loves to hear from you too. Don't forget, our other channel is called Take a Breath. I'll put a link to it in the description section. We really appreciate you joining us on the journey. Everything so much better because you're traveling with us. Dios te bendiga, mi amigos.